What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with me, your boy Iggy. Today, I'm just starting things off. I've had these piglin, caught here, trapped for some time now. As they would kind of spawn in these little tunnels or whatnot, or get caught in the boats, I would, gradually name them and just kind of accumulate them for a later date. And I figure, why not, since we have a gold farm, just go ahead and set this up into a simple, little piglin trading. Nothing fancy, just a temporary one for the time being. I've already got the hopper lines already ran to the one central chest here. There's not like a ton of piglins, and like I said, later we can make a fancier one. But I wanted to see if, using what I already had here, if it would be possible to just make a simple bartering farm. So, as always, well, if not always, but as per usual, I'm using Logical Geek Boy's design, which I will put a link to in the tutorial. He does have a much fancier design that I plan to build at some point, probably soon, but I'll most likely be doing it up there. So we'll have to, I'll have to start just kind of stockpiling named piglins up there. But for the time being, we've got these ones, and it's just kind of a simple, basic, you put a dropper behind and all that good stuff. So I'm going to get one module put in, because I have to watch the tutorial to see, what I have to do. And then I can come back and I'll show you what it is. And then we will get it in for the rest of them, and then move on to the start of the project that I have planned for today. That may span multiple episodes, may not. It'll probably span multiple days in real life to actually make the thing. But anywho, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do a little jump cut while I get the first module in, see if this will actually work in the position that I've got these guys, and then I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, so basically, you get your piglins inside of a little cubicle here, standing on top of a carpet on top of a hopper. You will then have to use a piston to push a block of glass down on top of them, because if they're standing on the carpet, they will be slightly too tall, like they'll poke out a little bit, so you won't be able to actually physically place the block. So you'll have to put, one above that with a piston above it, then push it down, and because it's a transparent block, they won't suffocate. Then on the block behind them, you'll have a on the top block, so they're 2 blocks tall. On the top block, you'll have a pressure plate with a dropper facing into it, and then a hopper on top with a chest just to fill the dropper. Then what you're going to have to do is come around to the back, and you will be placing a button on the side here. This is just to get the system started. And then you're going to want a block of glass next to that pressure plate so that it's encased. And then underneath, we're actually going to have to pull out one more of these glass panes here. Underneath, back here on this top block, I believe that is where you will be placing your redstone torch. Basically, what this will do is when you push the button, it'll start the whole thing, and it will dispense a gold ingot onto the pressure plate, which the piglin will then grab, and then that will cause it to see that, oh, this is not pressed anymore, spit out another ingot, so on and so forth. So we're just going to go through the back here, and let's see. So on this one, I'm going to need to get some buttons. So 1, 2, 3. I think we need 3 more. We'll just go ahead and get rid of these blocks in between. And then put our torches on the back like that underneath the droppers. Get our buttons, and there'll be one there, and one there. Looking good so far. I may come through and put slabs down here just to spawn proof all of this, so we don't have more of them showing up. And actually, you know what, I'm not going to do that just yet, but once you've got that set up, so it should be something like that, you're going to want to make sure that you have a block of glass above all of these droppers. So you'll just shift click onto the hopper to place your glass block. Boom. And then I do not have any gold on me, so I'm going to have to go grab some gold, but then we can give this thing a shot. So let me go ahead and go back to the base, grab some gold. Actually, I'm going to clean this up first and then go and grab the gold, and then I'll meet back up with you and we'll test this thing out. So we'll see you in just a moment. Alrighty, so I got some gold placed in the droppers. So let's see if this actually works, because they should hypothetically, since their head is poking up. Is he on? Oh, he is not on a carpet. That's why. Oh, God. How am I going to fix that? Alright, well, this one's not going to work. That one's not going to work. And this one should work. How am I going to, get these guys onto carpets? Alright, well, for the time being, we'll just try it out with this one and this one. Yep, and it looks like those two are working, so I'm going to have to figure out some way of, you know, shimmying these guys around with, what's it called? Pistons and whatnot, and see if we can get them to get them on top of carpets in there. So I'm gonna have to redo those, but at least the two are working, so that's a plus. So I'm gonna go ahead, let these guys trade for a little bit while I try to figure out the best way to go about getting a carpet placed, and then I'll meet back up with you. Alrighty, so sometime later, I ended up having to just acquire new piglins, but let's go ahead and see if these two are working now that we've got them on the correct platform. And I accidentally picked up the gold. It should distribute a new one. Perfect. Alright, it looks like everything is working. We are getting a decent amount of drops. Soul speed 2. It's not ideal, but the only thing I'm concerned about is this filling up faster than we can and it overflowing. So you know what? I'm probably going to dig down, put a couple more chests here real quick, just to make sure that we can actually pick up all the items that we get from these dudes, and then yeah, we'll join back up and just let them do their trading. So let me go ahead, fix this, just kind of do a hopper line down, and like I said, this is just our temporary kind of setup, so it works for now. It's not the best, but it's working. That's what matters. So be right back with you. Alrighty, so got that all sorted out. Added, you know, just 3 more chests. We have a total of 4. That should be enough to handle the, you know, 9 stacks of gold ingots there. And, you know, hoppers just go all the way down to the bottom. And they are already filling up. Look at that. Ooh, a soul speed 3. So now we've got... I was going to combine these two, but we got that one, so that'll be great. So I can put that on my boots and then put those on a backup pair of boots. Starting to get the blackstone flowing in, although it's kind of coming in weird orders, but yeah, this is just like the stuff that kind of, as I was putting in the chest, but yeah, definitely getting quite a bit. That's not supposed to be in there. Quite a bit of drop, so this is good. This is very good. Lots of crying obsidian. That's always a plus. We'll just have to do something about all these potions. And normally, you know, when I set up like the actual farm, the big one later, we'll have item sorters to, you know, sort all this stuff and get rid of all the garbage. But like I said, I don't know if that's going to be today's project or not. I'm going to have to look at the time of the episode so far and see where we're at. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do based off that. So I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, so looking over the time that we got, I figured, you know what? I'm in a piglin trading kind of mood for this episode. So we're just going to continue on with Piglin Trading, and we are going to now be building Logical Geek Boy's upgraded version of the Piglin Trading Farm. And basically it's a very large contraption with the auto sorters and everything, and utilizes 24 piglins at once. So we're going to have to worry about getting them later, but I figured we would start getting the farm in. So I'm just going to kind of do this step by step, not actually taking you through step by step, but doing a step and then showing what we got and then moving on to the next one, so on and so forth. So without further ado, I believe we start with the clock, the hopper clock, which is going to go right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started putting that in, and then once I've got it, we'll join back up, work on the next step, and hopefully get this farm done today. So be right back with you. Alrighty, so got the hopper clock in. Pretty typical stuff, you know, just your basic etho hopper clock. It's almost as old as hoppers themselves, they say. Legend has it the one called Etho constructed it of his very own accord many, many years ago. But how he did it, I'm just kidding. But anyway, it is the Etho hopper clock, and that is the first step. So I'm going to be moving on to the next bit. So I'll see you shortly. Alrighty, so we are currently still in the process of setting up the basically these three droppers right here are what are going to be giving the piglin their gold. So they'll be evenly distributed by this minecart that we've got kind of perfectly positioned above all three of the hoppers right there, which then feed into the three droppers. And then these sticky pistons right here are timed so that as the piglins drop their items, this one will push them over, and then that one will push them down, and they'll run across a blue ice road, like halfway up against a chest, halfway up against a hopper, so they're right on the edge, and they will get picked up by our collection system. So that's what's going on here. So our gold will feed into that chest up there, and I'm like totally pressing the wrong keys on my keyboard. So yeah, that's basically what we've got going on right here so far. So I'm going to keep on keeping on, and I'll see you in a sec. Alrighty, so a little further ahead, we have started getting the item sorters in, and it's the same old Impulse SV item sorter you've seen hundreds of times before at this point, including in this series. I use it all the time because it's fantastic. But this is going to be for the stackable items. Apparently, it's good to have multiple rows for some of the things that produce a lot, like gravel, blackstone, etc., because the system can be backed up if you do not have enough of the enough slots for the hoppers to be able to grab everything as fast as they are coming. So basically what happens is the droppers right here will feed the piglins their 24 gold at a time. So there is an 8 pulse on that guy right there, which will send 888, so that's 24 for the amount of gold distributed at once. If you have normal Minecraft vanilla rules on, the entity cramming starts after 24, so 24 you're good to go. So we are going to get 24 piglins in there in a little bit, but basically what will happen is this slime block will push over, and then this one will launch everything down. And when this one pushes over, it hits the side of the chest and gets put right in between the hopper and the ice. And that causes the things to get picked up by the item sorters as it gets flung down. So that's where we're at so far with that. And you know, it's just leaves because they can't get moved by the sticky pistons, and then glass to spawn proof the things that don't have like a lever or a button on top of them. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on cracking on with this. It looks like we're actually making pretty good progress here. So it's going to be probably getting the chests in next, and then eventually having to accumulate some piglins and getting them in there. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but It's nothing we can't handle. So I will be back with you shortly after I've got the next little bit in, and I'll show you what we got. So I'll see you soon. Alrighty, so we got a good chunk of the item sorter and collection system in. If we hop into free cam here, you can actually see some of these hoppers go slightly different orientations than the others, and that is because hoppers will prioritize going down first. So if this hopper picks up, and these 3 or 4 chests are all for the same thing, which as you can see here they are, so it's Blackstone. Let's say the Blackstone gets picked up by this one and then it comes down, but all of these are filled. Well, instead of going down into this one, because that hopper will also be filled, it will go over then and then prioritize going down, and then over and then prioritize going down, and then over and then prioritize going down. So that way you make sure that all 4 of these, or 4, 8, 12, etc., make sure that they go into the correct chest. Same for gravel right here. I'm assuming this one is probably like obsidian or crying obsidian, or maybe iron nuggets, just the items that you get more than just a few from the piglins. So it's all laid out here, and that's what it's looking like so far. Up here we've got our little chamber that we're going to be getting the piglins in later. But yeah, overall, that's what we got so far. So I'm going to keep on working on it and keep touching back in with you and showing you what we got as we go. You know, it's just kind of time consuming to build in survival, and I've got replay mod, but I've yet to figure out how to actually use it. So that's something I'm going to have to watch some tutorials and play with. But hopefully once I get that done or figured out, we can get some cool time lapses building projects like this. But I kind of like to take you guys through kind of step by step what we're doing. It's just kind of more fun than it's just like, oh, boom, all of a sudden, there it is. The whole thing's finished. So here's what we've got, and I'm going to move on to the next step. So I will see you shortly. All right, well, I came back to the overworld, and we have a thunderstorm. So let's see if this works. Boom. Yes. Look at that. Double brown mushrooms. Fantastic. Okay, perfect. So let's get these guys back inside before they get struck again. But, oh, yeah, we got mobs popping up and whatnot. Yeah, this is... Come on, dude. We need you inside. This is not safe. So let's see, we'll crack these open. Come on in here, guys. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. What was that? No, 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 no. Alright, you know what we're going to do? We're going to place a block right here. We're going to get our other lead. We're going to get you. And we're going to bring you guys right over the top. Come on. In you go. Alright, perfect. And then we can get rid of that. And get rid of that. Alrighty. And I am going to get out of here the dangerous way like that. And we should probably go ahead and just sleep since we no longer need this thunderstorm. So... Oh, I've been waiting for that for... days. So we finally got our brown mushrooms to add to the collection. And actually, while we're here, I know this is definitely taking a little detour from our farm that we've been working on, but you know what, those leads can go right back in there. Let's go breed up those 2 brown mushrooms and see if we get a baby mushroom from it. So let's see. Oh, this is going to be tough. You. And you. Perfect. And there's the little guy. All right. And then if we can just get... Bam. I got a achievement for that. What is too many? Too much cuteness for one world? Yeah, I would say so. We are definitely cranking out the cranking out the adorbs, and we actually got a advancement trophy. So that is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see if we can sneak in here without these guys getting out and get my name tag back. Once again, you stay put. But look at that. Red mushrooms, uber rare brown mushrooms. We're gonna need to get a cool habitat for them pretty soon, along with our polar bears. But like I said, just had to. I came, noticed it was raining, and was like, I wonder if we are going to get lucky and get a thunderstorm, and sure enough, we did. So, like I said, I had just hopped over here into the overworld to grab some item filters for the storage system, and that worked out great. So I'll meet you back up in the nether once I've got the storage system going here, and we'll see you soon. Alrighty, so ended up just getting the whole rest of the contraption put in. So we've got our item sorter all set up here, and you can see what is getting put into what chest. And if we go into free cam up here, you can actually see that. So like the blackstone would come down and fill this one up, and then fill this one up, and then it'll get pushed over, then fill this one up. Same with the gravel. Same with the spectral arrows. Same with, you know, everything all the way down. This whole complicated mess of redstone that I have no idea what's going on. I'm not a redstoner. I'll be completely honest with you. I am terrible with redstone. I can barely get a piston door to function right. So that's why I use these tutorials. Hopefully I'll get better with time and practice. You know, I can do a item sorter from memory now, but basically, what I've got to do now is up here, since luckily we are in a crimson forest, which is where piglins can spawn. I need to make a little, you know, spawning platform, probably covered with glass to keep the gas out, and then basically make a contraption that. So basically, the platform's going to be over here, and then there's going to be a line of netherrack with a, you know, trapdoor up here that will block them from being able to get through. And we'll basically just get them named on the little spawning platform so they don't despawn. And then once we've got 24 of them in there and named, then we can take off our golden booties, which I am not currently wearing, but I'll get them on. We'll have them on while we name the piglins so they don't get aggressive. And then once we have gotten the what's it called, the platform in, like our little tunnel, I guess you would call it, with the drop area set up, we can go ahead and break down the little barrier and then let them come through, and then they will all just fall into this little hole. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on setting all that up and waiting for them to spawn. And then once I've got as many as we need, we will come back and attempt to get them in this thing. So wish me luck, and I'm gonna go grab some netherrack and other temporary blocks that are easy to break so we can get this thing done. So I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, so this should be the last couple of the piglins. I think that is all of them. That should be 24 in there. But kind of hard to tell. So now we just got to get all this stuff taken out, and even if we don't have all 24, it's close enough. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this temporary platform and replace the hopper minecart that I knocked out by accident because I had a baby piglin run amok. So I'm going to get that taken care of, and then I'll meet right back up with you, and we'll give this thing a shot. Alrighty, so there we go. I just spent quite some time over at the gold farm grinding away, and I got myself quite a bit of the golds. And so now the way that this should work is that hopper minecart is technically sitting on all three of these hoppers, right? And each one of those is going into a different one of these 3 dispensers that we've got here. So what should happen is once we load up our gold, it should start to flow evenly into the various droppers and whatnot. So these are all getting filled up. We'll give that a second to fill. I mean, it's going pretty quick. As you can see, that's the beauty of hopper minecarts. But when we flick this lever, it should give 8 pulses. So 3 times 8 is 24. And there should be 24 piglins inside of here. In which case, they will begin to do their trading. And then the items will get flung along the ice here and collected into the item sorter. So now it is time for the moment of truth. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of trickling now, so we're definitely getting pretty filled up. So that being said, let's go ahead and flick this bad boy on. And there is their 24 gold. And then if we hop into free cam over here, we will see the boom, and it gets launched all the way down, and things are picked up as they go. And they'll all drop their things, and then boom, it gets launched down. Things get picked up as they go. Yep. And there it goes. And as you can see, everything is getting picked up. The splash potions are being disposed of right here. And then the water bottles and the normal potions are going down into those chests. So yeah, it's looking like it's working. And then all of our boots and books should end up in these. So we'll just give these guys a little bit here, and while they're doing their trading, we'll hop down and we'll have a look at what we're starting to get. So blackstone filling up. Gravel, not too bad. Spectral arrows coming along. Quartz, we're getting that. We're getting that. We're getting our soul sand. Okay, something's a little wonky. Oh, there they go. Okay, I was about to say, I'm not sure what's going on with the ender pearls and whatnot, but yep, there's the potions. Now, why are we not getting oh, that's why. So I only put 1 of each item into the item sorter, and there has to be I believe it's 41 before they will start to pass through. So that just means we have not gotten, oh, now we have. So we've passed the 40 mark. So that's good. Actually, we should come down here and double check the last one, which should, yep, it's getting the books. It's not getting the boots, so I guess we haven't gotten any boots yet, but we're getting books, so that's a plus. And then these are just kind of extra potion chests, so that's all good to go. Leather still coming in. Not much obsidian. That must be a pretty infrequent drop. But let's hop into free cam again, go back up here, and looks like they're all having a look, and then they start dropping stuff. It's gonna get flung over and picked up. But yeah, you can see it just feeds them 24 gold. They all do their thing. They all drop their stuff. It shifts over and down it goes. So yeah, this farm is going to be great. A lot better than the one that we had downstairs. And, you know, I was totally forgot like what drops came from the piglin trading. I forgot that you could get quartz from this. I also forgot that you could get gravel and blackstone, which is great. As so is the nether bricks are great. Ender pearls are kind of I can get those easy. Leather's kind of nice, and for item frames, and then the obsidians are always nice to be able to get an easy way instead of having to go and knock down pillars in the end where the dragon is. So yeah, this is just chugging along, as you can see. I mean, we're just cranking the blackstone, and that's the beauty of having multiple. The way that Logical Geek Boy designed this was, excuse me, because of how many of each thing he put, it's actually able to keep up with the amount of drops. I've done some of these and they get backed up so quick, but because of what they had done with the hoppers here, it makes it so things are a lot more efficient. And then over here, like I said, splash potions just get disposed of because I don't really have any use for them. I mean, you could put them into a like a little dispenser, so when you're going down into the actual, you know, lower portion of the nether, you get splashed with a potion. But we can always just take one of the regular potions and then convert that into a splash with gunpowder. It's not like we don't have gunpowder farms for days. Not sure how string is getting into this one. That's kind of an oversight. I guess we can just go back and fix that. But yeah, overall, I would say that's a pretty successful farm. And that being said, that would make it a successful episode. So if you made it to the end of the video, you're the real MVP. Why don't you go ahead and consider subscribing so you can get more great videos like this in your feed. Hit the bell button so you're notified every time a new video comes out, because you wouldn't want to miss any of this amazing content that I'm bringing you for free. And check me out on Twitter, Twitch, and Patreon, all of which are at Iggy Haxer. Leave me a comment down below. I love reading your guys' comments. You know, maybe tell me some things you'd like to see. Tell me some things that, you know, could help improve the series. But all that being said, once again, thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. And you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.